have any fun
you usually
plans?
do it like that, maybe, or something.
Does anybody have any fun plans this weekend?
Oh,
We have pictures. Oh, yes. We have our Bud Lights today. We're back at my house, so we are back to the cans. We don't have the fancy bottles. Oh, okay. Sorry, YouTube. We're doing our best. This is what you're going to get today. But we are live. 2 photo sessions this weekend. That is amazing. We have a couple as well, a couple family sessions. We're super excited about those.
Okay, so
let's get started. Let's answer your questions. Okay. So we're going to answer some questions. We're going to answer some of your questions that you asked. Some of you asked questions just photography related here on Instagram. And some of you asked questions about our course because you're interested in joining, but have some questions about it before you commit. If you have not heard, we do have a course that is live right now. The doors close tonight. So at the end of the night tonight, the doors close for our course.
That's fun. Okay,
yes, the doors close for our course. This course is a full-blown shooting and editing course. We have 6 modules in this.
Oh, gosh. We have accents.
Okay. People are talking about our accents right now. Okay, so anyways, this course has 6 modules. In module 1, we talk about, there's videos of us talking about lighting and location. Module 2 is all about manual mode. Module 3 is a bunch of camera setting stuff, the stuff that's not fun to learn about, but we simplify it for you. Module 4 is all about focus, and the ways we focus, the ways you could focus.
Where to focus,
all that kind of stuff.
How to focus with movement.
Then module 5 is all about our workflow from our cameras to Lightroom and how we organize things on our computer. And then module 6 is all Lightroom editing and how we edit and stuff. So,
which leads us to
our...
Yeah, we can talk about that.
We can answer more questions about that because there are some about our course. But just so you know, when we're talking about our course, we have a course that's live for sale, and doors close tonight.
So this leads us to the first question. Which presets do you use, or what do you recommend? So we don't use presets. We do, but we don't. And here's what we mean by that. So first of all, what we recommend for people just starting out, it's more important to really get distracted by people outside, to really understand lighting, which is so critical, for one, and 2, understand Lightroom and editing and what things are doing when you're changing them in Lightroom. So when we first start out, we recommend don't use presets. However, we do explain in our course on how you can create custom settings for you within Lightroom. But something that we have done recently and in the past a little bit is when we have a location and a time of year that we shoot at a lot, we will create a preset for it. One, so the 2 of us, stay consistent in our editing, but then also to make things easier. So we recently developed a preset for some of our family photos, which has changed. We've been playing around with editing a little bit with our family photos. So we've created a preset that we've been sticking to. So for some of our family edits, based on the location that we shoot at. So we found this field that we really like where the sun peeks through really nice at a certain time. And so we've said, we shoot here a lot. We're going to create a preset for it. So it makes it easier. It doesn't just do the trick in a snap, but it does make things easier when we're editing. However, when it comes to presets, we aren't a huge fan of them, especially when starting out, because we think it's more important to learn the lighting and editing in itself. But there are definitely tricks and tips we can teach you in Lightroom to create your own presets once you do find a spot, some locations and lighting that you use a lot, just to make your life easier and be more efficient with editing. And that not only goes a general preset, but you can also customize the brushes you're using and different a lot of different little pieces within Lightroom, which does, make your life easier. So,
yep. And we touch on some of that. So whoever, Stark Winston, I signed up for your downloads but haven't received anything. What am I doing wrong? You're probably doing nothing wrong. You might have a Yahoo email address. For some reason, our email provider that we work with is having issues sending things to Yahoo email addresses. So what you need to do is send us a DM when you get off of this and let us know. And we will get those to you. We are very sorry. I don't know. We've been working, trying to figure out this whole Yahoo thing. It's really frustrating, but let us know if you aren't getting them so we can get them to you. There was one. So how do you get the slightly faded look in your recent pictures that you posted? I guess I'm not really sure what that means.
We don't have our phones.
They're the ones of the two of us, I think. But I don't know. I guess I don't know what that means. And then in the edit room, do you talk about unloading large groups of photos and organization? We talk about how we take them off of our camera, how we cull through them and kind of organize them while we're culling them. And then we talk about how we get them into Lightroom, how we take them out of Lightroom, like all of our little tiny tips and tricks with organizing. We don't go specific into here's our wedding, here's how we would organize the wedding. But in general photo shoots, we do talk about that.
And when we do private Facebook Lives every week within our course, and we love it. It's our favorite part. But those are definitely things that if you have specific questions, especially during that week's module of when we're talking about Lightroom and editing, we'd be happy to help you answer those and find the answers that you're looking for.
Yeah, if there's a random question you have about Lightroom, a lot of times one of us will just show us or do a quick screen recording and give you that video of what you're asking or whatever. So do you upsell digitals or do you give a certain amount? Please explain. We typically give a small amount of digitals that they can download, and then we upsell the rest, which is a really good strategy we have found. And then we always give a print credit as well to encourage them to buy prints through us.
So when we upload to the client's gallery our digital images, we apply unless they purchase all of the digitals, which they can do ahead of time for a higher price, but we upload the images with a watermark. So we use Shootproof for our delivery system for our clients. And you have the option to upload it with a watermark. So we watermark them, and then we set the limit. So we say, okay, you get so many digitals. So when they start downloading the ones they like, it removes the watermark for them.
I don't know if I understand this. How about secure?
Well, that's what I was trying to explain.
Oh, okay. Let us know if that answered your question. Is there a reason for when I upload my pictures from my camera to my computer, it says it's full, but I have nothing on it and it's a new computer? So we recommend you don't put any of your images, any of your Lightroom galleries that you're working in. And we talk about too how we use Lightroom and how we save each session as a new Lightroom catalog. We don't save any of that to our computer. We use an external hard drive for that. And so we don't ever run into that problem. The pictures of that we posted recently, this coloring. Yeah, we just kind of, I guess I don't know if I can pinpoint exactly what
I think one thing that we've done is we've turned the saturation and play around with saturation and vibrance in our Lightroom. I think that's probably
our greens and yellows.
Yeah, our greens and yellows as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, great. Okay.
So the next question is tips for a family session. I have my first one, 5 kids, ages 8 to 16. Well, first of all, get excited about those ages because
I know
you're not dealing with little toddlers, which we absolutely love. We're going to post some really cute pictures, you guys, tonight that we took last night. But we absolutely love working with the littles, but it is hard work to play peekaboo and get their attention and make sure they're all looking at the camera. So 5 kids, wow. You know what? I feel like you're going to be fine with those age ranges. So we always start with like the whole family right away, and we do standing and a walking and a sitting pose with them, and vary up those poses, have them look at each other and laugh, and things like that. Maybe stand up and get a couple different angles if you can. And then we do breakouts. So we do a few basic of the whole family, and then we do breakouts. So maybe do some of the 5 kids, do some of just the boys, just the girls. Maybe mom wants one with all the kids, dad wants one with all the kids, whatever the combination might be. And then we love to do individuals of each of the kids. So just like 1, maybe 2 poses of each of the kids to give the family, a variation of that. And then if we have time at the end, we like to pull the whole family together again and just do some fun, some different fun pose ideas, more candid looks and things.
Just some really quick questions. Do you use Lightroom CC or Classic? We use Classic. So make sure you're using Classic. And then AFC or AFS, that means autofocus continuous. We use autofocus continuous. AFC, we
don't change it either.
We don't.
Haven't found the need to change it. We talk about this in our course,
yep.
But we don't. So.
There was a good one on
a
here.
free gallery to use. So like we started with something called, was it Pixie Set? What's it called?
Pixie Set?
Pixie Set, I think it's called. We started with that, and I think that was free right away. And then once we ran out of storage, we had to find a new system to use. And I think you can continue to use Pixie Set and pay for it to have more storage. But we decided to move to Shootproof because it offers just a few other features that we really like.
Okay, this is a good one. Have you ever had any clients who have autism and or are parents of kids with autism? Also, did you know that people with autism have a difficult time with eye contact? Yes. We have worked with I think just one. No, I think maybe a couple. We've had a couple, but one that we had regularly worked with, and it's tough. It can be tough. It depends. I mean, they're all different, but
I think getting as much advice from the parents ahead of time on things that you can talk to them about, maybe things that work for them. Otherwise, also just encouraging or letting the parents know and educating them that you're just going to get what you can get, but you also want to get them in their element. So if it is looking at the camera, great. If it's not looking at the camera, great. You just want them to enjoy themselves there and be themselves, because that's what you really want to capture in the photograph in the end too.
Thank you, Morgan, for answering that. Yes, we said AFC is what we said. Let's go to some that we had ahead of time, and then we'll come back to these. So,
okay.
This person said, will I need to invest in anything for your course besides the course? So for our course, the only thing you really need is a DSLR camera. And then once we get into module 6 and talking about Lightroom, then you might want to, they have, I think, of a free week-long trial that you might want to wait and use that free week-long trial then, and then you can decide if you want to purchase it. So that's really the only other thing. We talk a little bit too about Photo Mechanic, which is a culling software that we love, and it's amazing for us. So that's another one-time purchase thing that you could look into. I think they might have a free trial as well. So
as far as Lightroom too, a little trick, you also can use different emails.
Yeah.
This one, back to the session with the autistic child as well. They asked, do you ever use phrases such as like look at the camera or look up? I would just ask the parent. We probably did, but if you feel like it's going to insult somebody, I would just ask the parent. I think that they'd be open to it, and just let them know, like, I've never, worked with somebody like this, and I just want to make sure everybody's comfortable and happy and enjoy this. And so is it okay if I say, little prompts like this, or should I just not, whatever it might be, they'll know.
Here's my question. Do you think we'll ever do a live where we look halfway decent?
I have my hair down.
I know, but like we never really look that great. Okay, will I have enough time for your course? I work full time. Yes, you will. The videos in each module are short videos. You can watch them on your own time. You don't have to watch them when everybody else is watching them. They're not live or anything like that. So you can watch them when you can. So you can watch a little bit here on your lunch hour, at nighttime, whenever you have time. The other thing is too,
when you're in the pickup line at school, because that takes 8,000 years to pick up your child.
And now if you, let's say like, because we try to go week by week with our course, let's say you fall behind week 2 because you are super busy and you have soccer practice and this and this and this, whatever it might be. That's okay. You have lifetime access to all of these videos. So if you fall behind, it's not going to hurt you at all. And we go live every single week and we answer any questions that come up about the course topics or questions that come up about anything else related to photography. It doesn't have to be about something that we talk about in the course. So we go live in our private Facebook group to answer those. Okay, should we go back to some of these that they're asking before we get overwhelmed here?
Sure. What did you just do? Oh.
I'm just moving stuff. Okay, let me go up. Can you talk a little bit about open shade, especially during golden hour? Can you kind of talk through that? The course is, the course, you can get to the course link in our bio on Instagram, and it is $297, or you can make 2 payments of $157.
All right, open shade. So open shade basically means the client is standing in the shade, and if they look up, they shouldn't see anything over the top of them, as far as like you're not putting them under an overhang or a tunnel or anything like that. It also means that they're lit evenly. And there's not like bright spots on them anywhere. There's not really bright spots behind them that are like being distracted to the eye, like a big hot spot of sun somewhere. During golden hour, and then also the photographer at all times, if you can, get shaded yourself, whether it be if you use a lens hood, if you just try to use your hand at the top of your lens without getting your fingers in the picture, which we've done before, or if you have somebody hold something up, such as your reflector, to block the sun. We just had a session tonight where Emily it was like blinding me, so Emily needed to put the reflector in the correct spot, so then I was being shaded.
Yep.
Because otherwise it's like just blinding, and then you start to get that really hazy, washed out look. So, especially during golden hour, take a couple shots. If the sun is blaring right into your lens, that means that either you need to position the client in a different direction or angle, or most likely you, the photographer, need to move to a different spot or be shaded in some sort of way. And it gets a little bit tricky when the sun gets directly at the level of where you're standing and it's coming right towards you. But just playing around with it and practicing, I think, is your best bet.
So just another question here on YouTube. How much do you charge? And then I'll get to the other one right before that too. But the course is $297. It's an 8-week long course where we're with you for 8 weeks live, or not live, sorry. We're with you for 8 weeks. We have a module every week, or an application week, we call it, where you're practicing. There's videos each week. There's homework each week that is optional for you to do. And then the private Facebook group is where we go live once a week to talk about maybe the topics or questions you might have about the module videos from the week. And the videos from that week are there, like, so module 1 has like 10 videos. It's all about lighting and location. So next week we start. So next Tuesday, I believe, we give you all of the module 1 videos to watch, which are already pre-made. You watch them, you take notes on your note sheet, and then the following month,
you watch them when you want.
Yeah.
And if you don't watch them the first week, you can watch them in January. Like, you don't have to stay along with us. We love it if you do, because the Facebook Lives are a little bit more meaningful, but
And then the following Monday is when we have questions that you've given us. We give you time to ask us those questions in a little form, or you can ask them while we're live about that module or about anything. We're answering those questions at that time. So the course is $297, or you can do 2 payments of $157. Do you teach clients how to avoid getting a double chin? So one way to avoid getting a double chin with clients is from shooting up higher above. Because if you're down low, like you guys know, when you look at your cell phone, when you open up the camera on accident and you're looking at yourself, you have like 18 chins. But if you move it up, or if you shoot up on a client, that's going to help.
And that's why we bring our little step ladder with, because it does a couple things. First of all, it gets you on eye level with your taller people. It also opens up their eyes. If they tend to like do this, if they have to look up at you, it's going to open up their eyes a little bit. And then the double chin thing. We also tell our clients as they're walking towards us, or maybe just posing, that leaning forward a little bit helps as well versus leaning back. If we do like, oh, I want you to let out a little giggle here, their reaction is usually this, but we always tell them lean forward and not backwards.
Somebody on Instagram asked, how can we access the training from last Sunday? So last Sunday, there was a manual mode free training that we did. If you signed up for it and didn't get the free training, please DM us and we will get that to you. You should have. Again, the Yahoo thing is, and I don't know, it's frustrating, but so shoot us a DM if you did not get that and would like to get that.
A question on YouTube was, how do you best prepare families for sessions?
We are twins. We're identical.
Oh, you can tell which ones.
I know. I look a little younger, so you were like, maybe they're not,
okay,
but yeah.
Whatever. 10 minutes younger. Anyway, okay, so how can you prepare families for sessions? We do a couple things when preparing families for sessions. They get a sequence of emails, not a ton. We give them a questionnaire and we ask them for the ages of their kids if they have any, because that helps us more than anything prep and be ready. Like, okay, there's a 2-year-old. We're going to need our A game on tonight. But we also, if there are little, we send a little video that we've created. We've pre-created it. And it's just like, hi, we are going to see you very soon. And we're going to have cameras. Here's our cameras. And we are so excited. And we're talking to the little kids and being goofy and singing Baby Shark. And so then they're familiar with us. We also send our families, we also send our families a style guide. Digitally, which is not anything that you need to do. It just gives them ideas and tips and tricks that we've came up with throughout the years. But we also find just, sending them a couple emails before their session, reminding them of what time it is, maybe giving them some
outfit ideas,
or maybe just some tips, especially if they have younger ones. Like, it's okay to bribe your child with candy. Like, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
And we will not judge you. And you will be stressed out as the mom, but you know what? We understand we're moms, or whatever it might be. Just a little personalization and to prep them a little bit. That was a good question.
Somebody on YouTube is asking us why we're not drinking Wisconsin beer.
I know.
I'm not a Miller. Yeah, I'm not a Miller Lite person, but we love Leinie's, like Shandy and stuff. We did have Leinie's Oktoberfest, and
I brought out Leinie's, and Emily's like,
I don't
do we
like
have Bud Light? Like,
I don't know
like the taste of those.
I'm not a fan of the Oktoberfest. I like my light beers and my fruity beers. So sorry. Next time we'll drink Summer Shandy. We should we should stock up on Summer Shandy probably.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't have a drinking problem.
No.
Okay. When you send clients digitals, Spotted Cow's good. When you send clients digitals, what size do you export to shoot proof for clients so they can both print and put on social media? Do you send 2 different sizes? We do not. You could, we don't, because we are all about simple and efficient. So we upload the highest resolution for them.
And we actually send them a screen recording of our phones, because we get a lot of questions from clients. How do I download my images to my phone? Because they want to be able to post those on social media, of course. especially our seniors. And so we just took a little screen recording of the different steps that you take on your phone to download those images and still have a nice high quality photo.
Do you do photo critiques? We don't at the time. We don't.
In our course, we do.
In our course, we do.
We critique their photos.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. In the Facebook group, people will post them and we give feedback. Yes, absolutely. I've been using the new version of Lightroom and now feel totally lost in Lightroom Classic. I totally feel you. It can be confusing. Our course dives deep into Lightroom Classic. So yeah, if you missed the thing on Sunday and didn't get it, shoot us a DM so we can get that to you.
We don't release all, it says, so somebody asked, are you releasing all of the videos of the whole course at once or releasing videos just for the week? So we don't release it all at once. We do it week by week. And the reason we do it so it's manageable, we still have people that binge watch, week one all in like one day, or we'll have people that will do it, throughout the week. But that's the reason we do it like that, is so then you can watch those in manageable chunks. It's just the teacher and us, I guess.
Yes. But once they're all released and you have access to them.
How do you avoid people fake smiling?
We call them out on it.
We kind of do in a way. We then also go to like the soft smile if we're noticing they have a really awkward smile. We really encourage our clients to, especially like seniors, to bring along friends, and obviously parents or whatever, but we encourage them to bring along friends because we think it gives them a more natural smile. Senior guys are known sometimes for their awkward smiles, and so we will talk about like girls or ask their mom like behind the scenes, like, so does he have a girlfriend? And we will use that name a lot throughout the session, like, oh, smile for Jennifer. So we just do like, we act really like silly and dumb just to hope to get a reaction. And a lot of times like if it's a senior, the parents behind the camera actually will kind of call out the senior, which is nice. And
then we know and we can kind of work with it. Just tuning in. So sad I've missed the last few lives. Sick toddlers in my house. Totally get it. All of our lives, though, you can find on our IGTV on Instagram. So if you missed them and want to rewatch them, go ahead and go on there. When shooting a rooftop venue, would you suggest using softbox or no flash? I guess we would. It
depends on what time of day it is too, but we don't typically use a flash. So, all right.
Lightroom Classic versus ACR. I unfortunately don't know what ACR is. Do you? Oh, is it an Adobe or something? What is the difference between these two? Is there a reason you use Lightroom, or why don't you use Adobe Bridge? We don't use Lightroom for culling. We use Lightroom for editing because that's just what we learned when we first started. We use something called Photo Mechanic to color images, and I believe it's like $150 for like, you just buy it. It's a one-time purchase, and we love it. You can go through images so incredibly fast compared to Lightroom. Lightroom could seem to some of you, not on my computer, but to some of you, it could seem super fast as you go through them, but to us, it's not in there.
All right.
Yes, we use just Lightroom. We've never used the Adobe one. Okay, so let's go over some more questions here. We have this one. You want to do that one really quick? Shooting at a beach, I would just get bright light. What am I doing wrong?
We a lot of times avoid shooting near the water if we can, because it is tricky.
It depends on the time of day. So obviously that whole shaded area thing is going to be more ideal. If you're shooting in the middle of the day at the beach, make sure the shadows are in front of your clients. I guess that's our best tip we can give. And make sure you're checking the back of your camera so you're not overexposing.
It also could be the type of metering mode that you are using. So playing around with the different types of metering modes on your camera is also another idea.
We've kind of talked about this, but do you want to answer that one that was asked?
Will I be able to ask you questions if I get stuck? So if you're in our course, will you be able to ask us questions? No, like absolutely not. No. Yes. And you can always DM us. But that's really what the private Facebook group is, that we use that primarily for that. So people can pose questions to others, to us. They can say, hey, give me feedback. This is one I just edited. This is a photo I just took. Some of the optional homework we have from week to week asks you to, post a photo in good light or bad light or whatever it might mean, and let us know what you learned this week about lighting. And they post it and we all comment and give feedback. But yeah, and really, we're really open in our Facebook groups to any questions related to photography. In our Facebook Lives, we open that up for not only the information and the content that week, but we also open it up if people want to add any other questions that they're thinking about related to photography.
Somebody also asked ahead of time, what if I've never used Lightroom before? That's fine. We
go over the basics.
We go over the basics. Yep. There was one on here.
We go over it as if you've never used it before, and then we eventually get into enough detail with some of the bonus editing video lessons that we put on there, where we are screen recording ourselves editing lessons and really going in depth of how we do things. So It's a little bit of both.
How long did it take you to get a steady stream of clients or work? A couple years? Do you think?
Oh,
probably.
Sorry, I thought you were talking to
Yeah, a couple years. I would say a couple years. And then what's the main thing you did to get more clients? Probably
social media.
Social media for sure. And doing free sessions, we did a couple giveaways, but mainly like free sessions to get pictures in the hands of people to share. Let's go to the one the mini session one.
Do you have ideas on how to promote mini sessions, like Christmas mini sessions or fall mini sessions coming up? So as far as that goes, over time with, the big thing is, one of the things that we did right away when promoting mini sessions is we took photos of a family at the place we were going to do mini sessions, or at the location, and we asked, hey, we're thinking like something with this vibe. Can you dress with this? Here's an idea of what we're thinking. Get some photos, because then you can use those photos to promote your mini session so people can really visualize what it's going to look like.
We're empty.
And then ask people to share your work. So sharing your work is probably the biggest way to promote your mini sessions. But what you can do for that, just starting off, is you can do a little giveaway. So what you need to do is you need to like this post, share this post, and comment below. You've all seen stuff like that. So do a little giveaway, whether it be a giveaway to a session, probably not that session really necessarily, but do a giveaway, or give away, a local $25 gift card to a local business or something like that people will appreciate.
Can I rewatch the course videos? Yes, you have lifetime access. Once we release like module 1 the first week, those videos are open for you to rewatch as many times as you want. Or if you're starting late, or if you're not getting there or getting started, or you're falling behind, they are there for you. What do you do with your hands when in photos? Some photographers have them hold their face or chin. I guess it really depends. There's a wide variety of things we would be having them do with their hands.
But we always have them doing something. We always tell them like what to do with their hands and what to do with their feet. So whether it's put it in the back pocket, grab your elbow, put your nails up here, grab your hair, itch your scalp.
This is a good one. What are the details of the mini sessions, as in one outfit, X amount of time, X amount of people?
One outfit for sure.
Yep. We do one outfit, 15 minutes.
This is for family mini sessions.
Family mini sessions. We have on
15 to 20 minutes.
We are coming out with a mini session YouTube video too. 15 to 20 minutes typically, which we leave extra time in between to be safe. And we really basically say it's immediate family. So if someone tries to sign up for an extended family, we kindly let them know you're probably going to need to have 2 spots that you'll have to pay for, or figure something out that way. And then we actually, with mini sessions, we give them 5 free digitals and a small print credit. And then they have the option to purchase all of the digitals as well.
Favorite camera and lens. Our favorite lens is probably our 50 millimeter. We like the 85 and the 35 as well. The camera we shoot with right now is our Nikon D750, and we just bought a mirrorless that we've been playing around with too, and it's a Sony. There was another question on YouTube too. Oh, how do you know how much to charge? Well, it is such a hard question to answer, and it really depends on what you're offering. I think look at others around your area. You don't want to compare too much, but it gives you at least a starting point, and then you can slowly increase your prices as you are booking more sessions.
This was a really good one. Somebody asked on Instagram earlier. Is this course too much for me that you're selling when I don't know anything about photography? Absolutely not. We are the type of people that like stuff majorly dumbed down and simplified and talked about in like terms we understand. And we know that because we were both teachers, so we kind of understand that people like learning that way better. So we're not going to throw crazy terms at you, expect you to know anything coming into it. We just need you to know that you need a DSLR camera.
And we're going to have fun.
Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so much fun.
All right. Perfect. Thank you guys. That was nice YouTube comments. Okay.
Okay. That's all we have on here.
We'll stick around for another minute here if you guys have any questions.
Yes. But again, you guys, if you're interested in the course at all, the doors close tonight. So make sure to check it out on our Instagram bio. You can see the link to the course, see what it's all about, see more details about us. If you have questions, we'll try to respond to you tonight so you can make your decision and whatnot. But thank you so much for coming along, you guys. We really appreciate you guys joining our live. This was a lot of fun. We're empty on our Bud Light, so that's kind of telling us we need
bedtime.
So we need to go to bed. Yeah, that's our bedtime bottle.
7:30.
Okay, you guys. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. And if you have sessions, good luck. We're excited to continue having these lives with you guys here and there, okay? All right, you guys, thank you so much. Bye-bye.
That's mine.
Oh, that's your phone. You take your phone.
Okay.
And I'll take my phone. See you guys.